Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we are having coffee. And I've got my beautiful floral mug. I got flowers all over my yard right now. I've got flowers in my house. Very much something that makes me feel good. And we're going to be wanting to do more of that with this full moon and the solstice coming up. So there's some energies with the planetary alignment, the astrological alignment of these planets that we want to know about because it's less than lovely feeling. Full moons are always a great time for endings because that is the endings and the release. It is the end of this cycle. And the energies with the planetary alignments in conjunction with this full moon and the solstice, which basically overlap, are some very restrictive and limiting energies. Um, Shadows, again, the full moon will often bring up some shadow work because as we want to release, we need to know what to release. The old way of thinking, the past, we want to move that focus. We don't want to keep focusing on what has happened because it's an illusion. It doesn't exist anymore except in our minds. And these energies that are here with the planetary alignments, they're going to be bringing up the shadows. But again, they're to be released. It is necessary that we go inward. We focus on us right now, focus on our own work. Also, emotions are going to be coming up strongly. People are already so reactive. Honestly, I don't remember what portion of a reading I did recently, a reel went up, and the negative comments that came about it wasn't directed at me, it was in response. And from one person particularly, it was like, whoa, you must be having a really rough time, because it was just very caustic. And there was more than one, and it really was enlightening as to where people are right now. And you look at world stuff. I try not to look at a lot of news, but there's a lot of not good stuff going on throughout the world. And media will have us be very fearful if they can do that. So mind your energy. Go into this theme, deep knowing. It's beautiful, beautiful card. Came up in reverse, and I'm going to read you that because it's very important that we understand about that first before we get into the rest of the cards that are coming through. You are in empathy overload. You've been reading all the energies out there too much, and it's causing you to be overwhelmed and feeling helpless and feeling hopeless. You're hypersensitive and you're suffering from psychic exhaustion. And that's what's going on. People do not understand that they're always reading energy. And again, the media is doing a great job of hyping up all the fear and the dissension and the separation. It is time to go inward, to disassociate from so much of that kind of energy and do some inner work and begin to really focus on your growth, your healing. And again, as the shadows come up, the old belief systems start rearing their ugly head again. Utilize them for your healing. That's what they're there for. They're not there to plague us. But again, we'll go to the, gosh, I haven't gotten done. I'm not where I'm I'm not where I want to be. I should be further ahead. I should be better financially. I'm this age and haven't done this and none of the stuff. And cancel, stop it. Focus on all that you have done, all that is working in your life, and focus on releasing that crap belief system, those mean girl thoughts, that judgment we have about ourselves. Because when we're standing in judgment about ourselves, it is very easy to latch on to someone else's reason that they've got to feel unhappy and just we'll go with it. And many times we'll jump on the judgment of them because that makes us feel better. That silly, stupid tool, I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me with, I shed pure love and joy, is very helpful. And just doing gratitude work is helpful to raise your vibration. But again, this is a time of contraction. This is a time of restriction. And it is the time that we want to use to do inner work, to really just do our thing, just float along for a bit. We don't have to be real dynamic right now. This is a beautiful card. It's the Eight of Music, which is the Eight of Cups in normal tarot. This is just a beautiful. It came up in reverse. This has to do with harmonious times ahead. This is saying don't lose sight of that, but don't expect the creator's timeline to be the same as ours, so that you then shift your focus to everything that hasn't happened well, how things have not been harmonious. And we go back to that childhood crap and whatever it is we believed, and know that these things that you wanted to have happen are happening. You want to keep focus on the end result. Remember, when someone's learning to shop a board in karate, they are taught to look through to the other side of that board, not at the board. You want to look through to what it is you want to have happen and what that looks like, feels like, sounds like in the fruition of it. And that focus on what you're desiring brings that closer. But again, creator's timeline is not ours. And things come up for our learning opportunities. Again, the shadows that are coming up, the garbage, the reaction, the anger, the unfairness of all of this stuff. And you really, that deep knowing, again, you want to get back into that intuitive aspect of who you are, because you want discernment as we move through this full moon and solstice is very much a powerful portal of openness. You want to connect to your guides, angels, companions. In the morning, particularly, allow them to come in. I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready. Guide me as to how my healing can take place, what it is I want to do to move forward, what it is I choose to learn from this when I brought it through for my learning and my growth. So things are looking up. There is going to be some kind of feminine energy with some monetary help in the process. This can be truly just an idea for you. It doesn't have to be the actual money, because it will produce the actual money. But it might very well be a woman coming into your purview that has an ability to help you financially in some way. Now, this whole thing about your plans are coming to fruition, and it may be exactly this is how that's happening, that there's a feminine energy coming in. And the next two cards, it's so fun because these beautiful owl cards, these are transparent owl. They're a difficult card for me to read from what symbols and stuff are on it, but it's because I don't know all the symbols. But the tarot explanation of this card is building the circle, friends, support, coming together. And it's happening. Even though this came up in reverse, this is what this is about. It's a new way, a new group, a new focus of inclusion, and truly building your tribe of people that is around you. I think about it every time I say tribe now, because there's this group out there that wants to bring everyone down to a warring level. That's not what their intention is, but that's what their actions do. And they chastise us regularly for usurping other cultures' stuff. We are a melting pot. We are cultures from all over, and the world is that now. Yes, there's definitely some cultural appropriation, but in my opinion, that's a good thing. We want to build and we want to accept and we want to incorporate possibilities from all different ideas, aspects, belief systems, because there is truth in all of them. And one of them is not the only way. And so, if we continue to bash ourselves, if we can allow someone else to inform us that we can't do things in the way that we feel led to do things, my advice is you let them go and you continue to build a tribe of people of support. Get together as often as you can. You be the creator of an event, a little fire in your backyard, a potluck to get together, just whatever it takes. Reason to join together with like energies to support us, to help build us up, and to help us grow in all aspects, because this is the payoff, the cornucopia, plenty. There is plenty within these groups that we are forming to help us and for us to help them. It is all about us, but that's because we're sharing energy and we want to do our own healing. We want to pull back right now a bit and go inward, look at the shadows are coming up and approach them from the opportunity to grow big time right now. Time is speeding up. Things are happening very quickly. And now, so is your healing if you choose to let it. If you choose to sit and spin in victimhood and whine about everything that isn't going right in your life, the outward expectation of what should have already happened, you can do that, but it's going to slow you down, limit you, and keep you from the growth that is available to you. In order to grow, excuse me, in order to grow fully, we have the Five of Wands. And those, again, it came up in reverse. And this is that disappointment type of card that things are not working out the way I expected them to work out. I'm going to get the tarot book again, the Five of Wands, because I read it and then 985. Oh, because things aren't working out and things are not as they seem. That's what the reverse of this is. There is deception afoot. That's why I said you want to get into that deep knowing, your instinct, your intuition. There is so much on the internet. Hello, Kitty Cat Black from British Columbia. Nice to have you here. Thank you for commenting. We had a beautiful woman from at our retreat recently from British Columbia. So there is so much deceit coming at us. All of this stuff on the internet, oh my gosh, it is so much engineered. Go in with your gut on high. I'm open, willing, ready. Guide me to understand and know which ones are true and which ones are not true. If you get the idea that something isn't okay coming along your purview, go with that. Don't buy it for face value. You really, even more so, need to stand in discernment. And there is something that you need to walk away from. This total trust in people, even though they may have. What's getting me is you're putting trust in someone that is not trustworthy. And you want to walk away from that. Your gut tells you, and that learning to trust your gut is huge right now. That's what the tribal getting together can do for one another, running by situations by your friends, family, whoever is in your tribe, and getting perspectives on it. But all those perspectives need to be weighed within you, because you are the one living your life. No one else is living it. You are the one sharing your energy. Oh, I think I got not cut off, but I got, anyway, got a blip there. The energy coming through right now is supportive of going inward, looking at some of the shadows that are coming up, some of the darkness we would rather not see, but going in your power with the idea that I'm going to work on healing me. Pull away from a lot of the events that are out there right now. Get together in more intimate circles with people that you can trust and that support you and that you can support, and work on you. Open, willing, and ready to understand what is coming through for me, how I can work with it, and how I can heal with it. Because we are being called up here in this next several months to hold space, to hold joy, to hold peace, to hold love in this world. Things are getting rockier and rockier. This solstice full moon is a huge gateway to this next disruptive, deceptive, lots of stuff coming out time that we're going to see. And again, we're going to be fed through the internet and on the social media and on media, the mainstream media is, and in the I don't know if mainstream includes the right wing and the left wing. Both sides are going to do their best to keep you stirred up, to keep you like this at one another. This you're wrong, I'm right, this is who is to blame, and we need to attack that. They want that to happen as much as possible. These powers that were are crumbling. They're beginning to lose the foundation, and they're becoming louder and louder because they're becoming more and more afraid. Us doing our work right now, going inward, withdrawing from the strife of life as much as possible, not doing the things we really don't feel like doing right now, particularly when it comes with being out with other people. We want to pull away. We do want to connect with our support system. And that can be by phone call. It can be by get together, and be as honest and as open with one another as you can about what's going on so that you can receive some of their wise guidance too. But all of it must go through the barometer of you, that truth, that lie detector, that is you. If things feel off, they probably are. Follow your gut. Open, willing, and ready. Give me more identification of when and how my gut is working for me so I can begin to trust it more. If I could give you one big message for today's reading on this precipice of the solstice and full moon coming tomorrow and the next day, it is trust your gut and allow those that are not in that trust circle to fall away. Walk away from them, walk away from a situation, and really begin to utilize your inner knowing more. For those of you who live in the Boise area, I am hosting a series of 3 classes called Exploring Your Spiritual Energetic Power. The first class is similar to the one I offer at Community Ed, which is always, quote unquote, sold out. But there are 2 classes behind that, very expansive. And each class is going to have an energy release component behind that. And so I will post, you can register for these classes at the Infinity Wave Center in Boise. That's where it's going to be held. They're going to be held in the Infinity Wave, the EES room, which is huge because just alone 2 hours in the EES room 3 times, 6 hours, is $120 value. And that EES room, sitting in that for 2 hours, is healing in and of itself. So just a huge opportunity to receive some healing and some insight awareness and really launch you into your transformative time. So they will be August 1st, 5th, and 12th. put that on your calendar. Again, I will put the Infinity Wave Center number here, and I hope to see as many of you as possible. The space is limited to 20, so don't delay. Like I said, these classes are so popular, and we are all advertising it, so they're going to go quickly. So, and it's very inexpensive, especially since it's less than $120 for all the classes, and that would be the value if you were just going to sit in the EES room for 2 hours. Actually, yeah. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we just shared some coffee. Until we meet again.